The weight of words, Putin's statements, and global anxiety. In an increasingly interconnected world, the pronouncements of powerful leaders reverberate far beyond their borders, shaping the course of global events. The interconnectedness of our modern society means that a single statement can ripple through economies, political landscapes, and social structures, creating waves of change that are felt globally. When Vladimir Putin, the enigmatic leader of Russia, speaks, the world listens with a mixture of apprehension and anticipation. His words are not just statements, they are signals that can indicate shifts in policy, strategy, and international relations. The global audience, from political analysts to ordinary citizens, tunes in, aware that his rhetoric could herald significant changes. His recent statement, delivered against a backdrop of heightened geopolitical tensions, has sent shockwaves across the international community, sparking intense debate and speculation about its implications for the future. The context in which these statements are made is crucial, as it often reflects the underlying tensions and conflicts that are simmering beneath the surface. Putin's words carry particular weight in the current global climate, marked by the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, the specter of a new Cold War, and a global energy crisis. The situation in Ukraine has already strained international relations, and any statement from Putin is scrutinized for its potential to either escalate or de-escalate the conflict. Additionally, the global energy crisis adds another layer of complexity, as Russia's role as a major energy supplier means that its policies can have far-reaching effects. His pronouncements are scrutinized for clues about Russia's intentions, its perception of the West, and its willingness to engage in dialogue or escalate confrontation. Analysts and experts dissect every word, looking for hidden meanings and potential signals that could indicate a shift in Russia's approach to international relations. The stakes are high, and the world watches closely, aware that misinterpretation could lead to significant consequences. Understanding the nuances of Putin's rhetoric is essential for deciphering the Kremlin's strategic thinking and anticipating its next moves on the world stage. This requires a deep understanding of not just the words themselves, but the historical, cultural, and political context in which they are spoken. It is a complex task, but one that is crucial for maintaining global stability. The global community hangs in the balance, grappling with the weight of Putin's words. The uncertainty and anxiety that accompany his statements are palpable, as nations and their leaders try to navigate the potential fallout. The impact of his words is not confined to political circles. It extends to the general public, who watch and wait, aware that their lives could be affected by decisions made thousands of miles away. His statements have the power to influence financial markets, alter military calculations, and reshape diplomatic alliances. The immediate reactions in stock markets and military strategies are just the beginning. Over time, these statements can lead to shifts in alliances, changes in trade policies, and even the redrawing of geopolitical boundaries. The ripple effects are vast and far-reaching. As the world grapples with the potential fallout of Putin's pronouncements, one thing is clear: the stakes have never been higher for international peace and security. The global community must remain vigilant, prepared to respond to the challenges and opportunities that arise from these statements. In this high-stakes environment, every word matters, and the world watches with bated breath, hoping for stability and peace. Deciphering the Kremlin's message, key points, and hidden meanings. Putin's recent statement, delivered with his trademark blend of assertiveness and ambiguity, touched upon a range of critical issues, from the conflict in Ukraine to Russia's relations with the West. His words were carefully chosen, each phrase meticulously crafted to convey multiple layers of meaning. This is a hallmark of Putin's communication style, where what is left unsaid is often as important as what is explicitly stated. Deciphering the Kremlin's intended message requires careful analysis of both the explicit content and the implicit subtext of his pronouncements. Analysts and experts often spend hours, if not days, passing through his speeches to understand the underlying intentions and the broader geopolitical implications. This process involves not just linguistic analysis, but also a deep understanding of historical context and current political dynamics. One of the key takeaways from Putin's statement was his unwavering defense of Russia's actions in Ukraine. He framed these actions as not just a matter of national interest, but as a moral imperative to protect Russian-speaking populations and to counter what he describes as Western encroachment. This narrative is designed to rally domestic support and to justify the Kremlin's policies on the international stage. He reiterated the Kremlin's narrative, framing the conflict as a necessary response to NATO expansion and Western aggression towards Russia's security interests. This portrayal of NATO as an existential threat to Russia is a recurring theme in Putin's rhetoric, aimed at fostering a sense of urgency and unity among the Russian populace. This justification, however, has been widely rejected by the international community, which views Russia's invasion of Ukraine as a violation of international law and a blatant act of aggression. The United Nations and various international bodies have condemned Russia's actions, calling for immediate withdrawal and respect for Ukraine's sovereignty. Despite this, the Kremlin remains steadfast in its position, often dismissing international criticism as biased and hypocritical. Beyond the specific issue of Ukraine, Putin's statement also contained broader messages about Russia's place in the world and its relationship with the West. He spoke of a multipolar world order where no single nation or bloc should dominate. This vision contrasts sharply with the current global power dynamics, where the United States and its allies hold significant influence. He accused the United States and its allies of seeking to weaken and isolate Russia, painting a picture of a world order where the West seeks to maintain its hegemony at the expense of other nations. This accusation is part of a broader strategy to position Russia as a defender of global multipolarity and as a counterbalance to Western dominance. This narrative resonates with some segments of the global population who view the West with suspicion, accusing it of double standards and neo-colonialism. In various parts of the world, particularly in regions with a history of Western intervention, Putin's message finds a receptive audience. These populations often see Russia as a counterweight to Western influence, and Putin's rhetoric as a validation of their own grievances and aspirations for a more balanced global order. Russia on the world stage. Understanding Putin's geopolitical calculus. To fully grasp the significance of Putin's recent statement, it is crucial to place it within the broader context of Russia's geopolitical ambitions and its perception of the evolving global order. This involves understanding the historical, cultural, and strategic factors that shape Russia's actions and policies on the international stage. Putin's worldview is shaped by a deep-seated belief in Russia's status as a great power, deserving of respect and influence on the world stage. This belief is not just a personal conviction, but is deeply embedded in the Russian national psyche, influenced by centuries of history and a sense of destiny. This belief is rooted in Russia's history as a major empire and its pivotal role in defeating Nazi Germany in World War II. The victory in World War II is a source of immense national pride and is often invoked by Putin to bolster his narrative of Russia's enduring strength and resilience. Putin's foreign policy has been characterized by a desire to restore Russia to what he perceives as its rightful place as a leading global player. This involves not only military might, but also strategic alliances, economic influence, and cultural diplomacy. He has sought to challenge the post-Cold War security architecture in Europe, which he views as unfairly tilted in favor of the West. This architecture, established in the aftermath of the Soviet Union's collapse, has been a point of contention for Russia, which feels marginalized and threatened by the expanding influence of Western institutions. The expansion of NATO eastward, incorporating former Soviet republics into the alliance, has been a particular source of grievance for Putin, who sees it as an encroachment on Russia's sphere of influence. This expansion is perceived not just as a strategic threat, but also as a symbolic affront to Russia's historical and cultural ties with these regions. Moreover, Putin has sought to position Russia as a counterweight to the United States, forging alliances with countries that share its skepticism of Western hegemony. This includes not only traditional allies, but also new partners who are looking for alternatives to the US-dominated global order. The growing partnership between Russia and China, driven by shared economic interests and a common desire to challenge the US-led world order, is a testament to Putin's geopolitical maneuvering. This partnership is multifaceted, encompassing trade, military cooperation, and coordinated diplomatic efforts on the global stage. It represents a significant shift in the balance of power and highlights the complex and evolving nature of international relations in the 21st century. A world divided global reactions to Putin's pronouncements. Putin's recent statement has elicited a wide range of reactions from the international community, reflecting the deep divisions that exist over Russia's actions and its controversial place in the world. Western governments have largely condemned Putin's remarks, accusing him of escalating tensions and undermining international peace and security in the region. The United States and its European allies have imposed severe sanctions on Russia in response to its invasion of Ukraine, seeking to cripple its economy and pressure Putin into changing course. However, Putin's message has resonated with some countries, particularly those that harbor historical grievances against the West or see Russia as a potential ally in a multipolar world order. China, while refraining from explicitly endorsing Russia's actions in Ukraine, has provided tacit support to Moscow, abstaining from UN resolutions condemning the invasion and increasing its economic ties with Russia. India, a key player in the Indo-Pacific region, has also adopted a cautious stance, balancing its long-standing ties with Russia with its growing strategic partnership with the United States. India's decision to continue purchasing discounted Russian oil, despite pressure from the West, highlights the complex calculations facing many countries as they navigate the geopolitical fallout of the Ukraine conflict.